Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Hold on. Happy Monday. I hope that y'all Mondays are going well. I was on here on Monday because we went into the wee hours of the morning yesterday. But thank you to my panel, especially our special guest, Big Brother Bry, who was on here with me for a couple of hours. But then also thank you to the rest of the panel, Tasha, Edward, and Ma. So I wasn't watching the feeds last night, and actually, I was quite tired after the live. I just went to sleep. But I remember people were telling me in the comments, and I think Brian might have also mentioned that MJ and Leah were having a conversation where Leah was telling MJ, I don't like, Chelsie doesn't like the nature of your relationship with Cam. She was telling MJ, Cam likes you. And, Chelsie doesn't feel comfortable or appreciate how y'all are touchy feely. Now, I don't know if I've missed something. I don't know if somebody actually directly told Leah that or if Leah just kind of read the room and figured that out herself. I'm not really sure. But MJ was just like, no, no. I think MJ said, um, Cam doesn't like me. Cam likes Chelsie, as a matter of fact. I think I remember seeing that. So, anyways, after this conversation between Leah and MJ, MJ is now in a room. I guess MJ had already told Cam first because Cam already knew what she was talking about. So, MJ, Cam, and Chelsie are in a room together, and then MJ decides to tell Chelsie um what Leah has said. So MJ is just like, oh, I was talking to Leah, and Leah was trying to say that you're uncomfortable with me and Cam, and you're uncomfortable with us being touchy feely with each other. And she was like, and then the facial expression that you see in this picture that I have up, that was her initial, that was her initial facial expression, which actually cracked me up. Um, it almost reminds me of what Bry was saying yesterday, where he was like, someone needs to just, it wasn't related to this, but it was related to when we were talking about production, protecting the brand. That's what I was going with. Not protecting the house guests, but protecting the brand by not putting certain things on the live feeds, cutting certain things out of the live feeds. And he was like, somebody needs to just get caught with their pants down if they make a statement that they shouldn't have made. So in this case, in a sense, Chelsie got caught with her pants down because she wasn't expecting to get approached with this discussion. And I'm sure she was not expecting someone to tell Leah, even if that situation is the truth. Um, what I'm trying to figure out from Leah even saying that, was this a move? Was this a game move that she was telling that to MJ as a way to cause some tension between MJ and Chelsie? And if so, it's like it feels like that is a combination of game and personal. Was it just girl talk where she's just informing her? Is it just gossip? I don't know. I don't know where Leah's head was at when she gave her that information, but I don't see that as something that had any benefit for Leah to actually say. to Chelsie, to not to Chelsie, for her to say that to MJ. Maybe and Chelsie and Cam have been doing a good job. Not MJ, Chelsie, and Cam, but I'll say MJ and Chelsie and Cam, as in Chelsie and Cam together, have been doing a good enough job of downplaying their relationship as a three for Leah to maybe just think that, oh, if I tell this to MJ, she's gonna be like, maybe I should just distance myself from Cam. And maybe she's thinking that she'll feel a way about Chelsie. I don't know. Like, that's the part that I don't get. I don't get that on Leah's end, but it makes perfect sense on MJ's end to go give that information to Chelsie, because a few things. One, you can kind of find out if it's true or not, or at the very least see what Chelsie and or Cam have to say about it. Two, you're kind of solidifying your alliance, where it's like, I got this information, it was private information, but you are who I'm working with. So I'm obviously bringing that information to you to bring some trust. Good morning, Lisa. Let's see. I'm wondering why Lisa would spread it. Kinda, was she pretending to be close to MJ and protecting her? See, that's the thing, because that's the reason why I don't get it, because I forgot who said it. Oh, it was Tasha who said it yesterday. Leah's game is subtle. That was the best way to describe it. Like, Leah games, but it's subtle. So I don't know. Maybe I'd have to see more about the context of this conversation with MJ, but I could see it being a game move by Leah. But Chelsie is not gonna like that. Chelsie, as a matter of fact, is gonna be pissed off by that, because imagine somebody, because I'm thinking back to Chelsea's conversation about everything with T-Core, and that's another thing I'm about to get to. But I'm thinking back to Chelsea's conversation with T-Core, and T-Core was like, I'm mad about this whole thing with Mackenzie and Cam flirting like that. And T-Core was like, should I approach MJ and talk to her about it? And then Chelsie was basically like, no, like, this is, I don't even think that I'm going to talk to her about it. And I'm deciding whether it's worth it to talk to Cam. So that's where my mind is going. Like, my mind is not even going game. My mind is kind of going girl code. I don't know. I don't know if that falls in that category. I mean, y'all can tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm just thinking to myself, that's kind of a personal thing that Leah did, but at the same time, I do understand that once you're in a scenario in a Big Brother house where you have feelings for somebody, it leaves an opening for people to attack that specific thing. Um, but something like that has just not happened in this house just yet. But I guess people do some strange things for some change sometimes. Leah doesn't think, yeah, that's Joseph syndrome. That's the part that I'm trying to figure out. I have no idea how Leah actually found out. That's what I was asking earlier. I'm like, was it context clues? Was it overhearing somebody? Did somebody directly have that conversation with her for her to know? Um, I do not know. Oh, and that was the other thing. So Chelsie denied it. Chelsie was like, "No, I don't get uncomfortable basically with you and Cam or anything like that." And she's like, "No, and I also know that it's not a thing. Like y'all don't have feelings for each other because that's what MJ was saying too. She was like, I don't have feelings for Cam. Cam is just comfortable with me because Cam is like touchy and we just have that kind of relationship, but it's not a romantic thing." And then she was just like, me and Cam never thought that people would think that this is a thing, as in her and Cam. And then she told Chelsie, but if you and Cam were to be the same way, people would definitely think it's a thing. And Chelsea's kind of like, yeah, I know that. And then Chelsie was like, if anything, the only one thing that I said to T-Core is basically that um they might need to kind of chill with the touchy-feely thing because of the fact that people could view it as all of them working together, like the three of them working together, and they need to downplay the closeness of their relationship. And I knew what she was doing in that moment. I know that Chelsie was just thinking like, "Oh shoot, I got to cover my bases here just in case." So she didn't want to say there is no truth to this whatsoever, but she wanted to make sure that the personal feelings part of it wasn't known. So I def think, and no, when I say girl code, I don't mean did she tell her for girl code. I'm saying did she break girl code? That was what I was asking. In real life, she probably wants to be. Did she break girl code with what's her name? Chelsie. That's what I was actually asking. She wants them to feel like, or did she do it to? But I mean, no, I can't say that she did it for Chelsie in any kind of a way because if she was trying to use it in a sense of building trust with Chelsie, she would have spoken to Chelsie before she did it. So yeah, she was definitely trying to sabotage. I think she was trying to sabotage maybe both Chelsie and Cam, as a matter of fact. But that's all I got for right now. I guess later on, if I read, if I find more information about this, I will jump back on here. And also, the veto ceremony is about to be popping because from the sounds of everything that I looked at when I woke up this morning, it seems like they are going to use the POV. And MJ said that she's not going to tell anybody. Now, what I don't know is if Chelsie is going to tell the trio, which basically means probably everybody's going to know, or at the very least, like half the house is going to know, but more than half the house because that would be six of them. So it seems like the POV is going to be used on Angela, the replacement nom. I'm not sure, but I'm wondering now. I'm wondering now if Leah would be a target for that replacement nom. Because I know that I know Chelsie was already thinking Leah. So I wonder if Leah goes right on that block. And if Leah does go on the block, oh, I wonder if the game gets messy. Because this was already messy. And although Leah has not yet, well, I'm hearing they're saying Quinn. I'm also hearing they're saying Quinn, but just this whole situation, I don't know. I think that puts Leah higher in Chelsea's mind for sure as an option than she was before. Even though she was already an option before, this moves her up the rungs. And I feel like Chelsie would most likely discuss the MJ conversation with Tikor. She probably has to because she threw Tikor's name into the conversation. So now she probably has to go talk to Tikor and tell her what was said and tell her what she said as a response. So there's just all kinds of things that could come from this. And we're playing Big Brother, y'all. The game gets interesting. I'm telling y'all. I mean, I've had this conversation with a few people, and a lot of people love the beginning chaotic parts where people are making wild and crazy moves, where there's all these different people in the house, where the game is just erratic and just all over the place. And I'm okay with that part of the game, but it's like, for me, it's like watching a game of chess. I'm not excited about the first 5 moves, 10 moves of the game. I'm excited once I'm seeing the two chess players looking at the board, and it's like I'm 5 to 10 moves away from a checkmate. And now each move that is made is extremely important. So people tell me I don't really like this part of the game because it's slow moving and it's boring and there's downtime. I mean, yeah, I don't love when there's downtime or when there's like, let's say 5, 6, 7 of them, and they're all hanging out in a group together, singing "Kumbaya" because there's not many of them left, and they're like, "Oh, I'm just so happy to make it this far. I made at least this much money. I made my family proud. I didn't think I didn't think that I would make it, as far as I did. Blah blah blah." But then you get these breakout conversations like what happened yesterday. And it's these moments, and then these moments, and once you get to this part of the game, now these people have relationships with each other. When you first get into the house, they have somewhat of relationships, but if you're in there for a week, 2 weeks, that's one thing. Once we're into 4 or 5 week territory, 6 week territory, now these people have just been around each other a long time. 6 weeks, 5, 6 weeks, that's a long time to be there, live in that house together, sleep in these beds that are so close to each other, go to the bathroom with each other, cook food together, have all these many, many hours of conversations with each other. The game and the personal getting murky is actually when it gets really exciting for me, because then each of these evictions become tricky because there's like a game aspect to it, and then there's a personal aspect to it. They become friends, or at the very least they have like a friendly rapport with each other that they've built over time. They have secrets and things that they've been holding, and then it's like when you get on the block, okay, now I have this thing in my back pocket. Do I use this thing because this person might be upset with me outside of game if I use this thing as my way to get off? But then they're like, am I playing to keep my friendships, or am I playing to get the money, forget the friendships? I just love all the nuances from when we get to jury and beyond. This is the exciting part for me. Who's a lonely Canadian? Good morning, by the way. All right, y'all. So I'm going to be back here, I'm sure, after the veto ceremony. I'm so interested to see what happens with that. And as always, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notified when I drop some more great content. Thank y'all.